And bye. All right, we're coming in hot. We're coming in hot. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're viewing from. This is Laura Thompson with TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with the global reach. And this is a Women's History Month takeover. We're going to be taking over the airways for the full month of March. We might have one person on a day or two, or it may be three, who knows? But we're going to be taking over for a bit. So, welcome. Happy Women's Day. Happy Women's History Month. And we're going to be talking to a great young lady. She's done phenomenal things. She's here taking time out of her busy schedule to help us learn more about who she is, what she does, where she's from, all of those good things. So, hey, Dee, how you doing?
Hey, Laura, I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing good, doing good. So
Thank you
before,
so much for inviting me.
huh?
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I wouldn't have, there is no women's history without Dee. So, so I wanted to before we get started with the interview, you could tell us a little biographical information about you, like who you are, where you're from, what you do, and all of that good stuff. Then we'll get into the interview.
Yes, Havalan L Brown-Watts, the first. Originally from Illinois, moved here in 1975 when I was just 6 years old. So I'm a Texan through and through.
Okay. So um, so you claim San Antonio, you claim Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
So today, we're gonna kind of put you on the hot seat, and we want people to know what they don't know about you. And so sometimes people see you and they think they know who you are, what you do, and they only know just a small portion of what you do.
Yeah,
And so you grew up in San Antonio,
yes.
right? So where did you go to school, and what neighborhood did you grow up in? All those
My
good.
first, the first school I attended was TAAN Elementary off Rio Grande.
Okay.
Then we moved to Antioch Village apartments, and so I continued my elementary schooling over there in WW White on WW White Road.
Mhm.
WW White Elementary on WW White Road. Then I went to Raleigh Middle School, and our class was the last to close it out as Riley. It became Martin Luther King Middle School when I left, and I went on to the good old Sam Houston High School,
And
Cherokee. Sorry,
I'm,
Laura. I know
I'm
you're a Highland Owl, but
sorry.
Cherokee through and through.
Wow. So that's awesome. I don't mind Cherokees. I like Cherokees, as a matter of fact. 'Cause people always think for some reason that I attended Sam Houston, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
wanted,
Cherokee, you should have been. God,
but,
don't do Cherokee.
but I was in that district. They wouldn't let me go. I barely got that. But so growing up, and you attended Tynan and W.W. White Elementary School. So how was that growing up?
Um, it was nice. I enjoyed, to be honest, I enjoyed Tynan a little more. But
Oh,
had some good times at W.W. White Elementary. It's just with things going on. Uh, some things can kind of dampen you know a child's mood or what have you. But overall, I enjoyed W.W. White Elementary.
wow. And so you went to Raleigh Elementary. How was that? I mean, how junior high school? How was that?
Raleigh Middle School, that was fun. A lot of fun. It was, just I'm glad I was able to attend that school because I could have, if we'd stayed over where we lived when we first moved here, I would have been going to Emerson. So
Okay.
I would have missed out on being a Panther, at
I,
Raleigh.
right. When that was a fun school. You had a
Yeah,
lot of
and your mom, to have your mom over there, man, she was awesome. She was like the mother of everyone. So I remember having her having talks with me. I was crazy about basketball. She really tried to talk me into doing track, and every excuse I gave her, she had something better. But I ended up trying out for track, and I didn't really care for it because I wanted to play basketball, so I didn't continue.
so
But I
you
admired your mom.
so you didn't try hard.
I ain't trying hard, Nora. I remember trying soccer, and I wanted to pick that soccer ball up and shoot it in some kind of hoop, but that wasn't gonna work. So I did one game, and then I left that alone too.
Wow.
It's just something to do. I've never been a soccer fan enough to play.
Yeah, no, that's not even. I don't even think that don't even sound fun. But so I wanted to ask you this. I know you're an entrepreneur now. So how did your childhood kind of attribute to what you do now? What are some of the things that you were involved in high school that helped shape the person that you are now?
This might not sound right, but I can't really think of anything except eating my mom's delicious meals. And my mom's a great cook, and she didn't want us in the kitchen. We were in her way, And it's funny because when I got my own family, I didn't want them in the kitchen,
Right.
So I don't want Herb in the kitchen looming over my shoulder. But my mom, she was a great inspiration and still is. She just, I'm 56 years old and I still call my mom asking her what should I cook for dinner because
Wow.
I get stuck
Wow.
like that, not knowing what to cook, and she'll fire off a menu for the week. I'm like, Mom, no, wait, just tell me a little at a time because I'm not going to remember all this, because I'll call her and ask her how to do a certain thing. But she was the inspiration behind a lot of stuff. And I remember in 2003, when we had the little hole in the wall barbecue stand, I remember calling her saying, Mom, I want to make my own sauce. And I asked her for some advice, and she just started firing off ingredients. Some of the ingredients I was already using, but two of the ingredients were huge. And so people started trying the sauce, and they liked it. So,
Wow.
we realized we had something, because they kept, saying you should sell this, you need to sell it in HEB, like it's so simple. But Herb went and got it tested in 2004, and we've since changed the formula at the end because, in 2000, I'll say 2010, we cleaned up the sauce because years ago you didn't hear people talking about high fructose corn syrups and MSG and stuff like that. So we got rid of the gluten, the high fructose corn syrup, and the MSG. Wanted to make it as clean as possible. We did a demo last weekend. We were invited to do 2 demos for Black History Month. So one gentleman comes to me. He gets the sauce, and he comes back, and he says, I just want to tell you thank you because I can read every single ingredient in this bottle, on this bottle, everything I
Wow.
can pronounce. So I thought, well, I felt really good about that. I appreciated it and thanked him, you know, because we don't, we decided we didn't want, if we don't want to eat want certain things in our food, why pass it on to the consumer, you know?
That, that's true.
So initially, when we were told we should kind of clean it up, it was a lady who used to work for us. She said, "Dee, you might not like this. I'm messing with your formula," but I listened and Herb listened, and we thought, let's do it. Let's clean it up.
Wow. So that's awesome. So those of people watching that don't know the sauce that you're talking about. So Dee and her husband uh, have have a some products in over 200 HEB.
Yeah, I need to get a new store allocations list. I'm in the process of that now. You have to go through the portal, and I haven't been able to access it, but we're somewhere around 270 stores.
My
Uh,
goodness.
could be more. We were told it could be more, but I really would like to get my hands on that list because I still have people asking, are you at my HEB? What I can tell you now, what's happened since our interview with you in March of 2021, we have been removed from the small value stores because, people are struggling. They're not going to spend money on a healthier product. They're going to want something right now that they can afford. So
Mm-hmm.
get some of the other brands that are not really caring about nutrition and what's in the bottle. So we're not in the small HEBs like WW White. We're no longer over there, or Houston Street and New Braunfels. We're
Wow.
in the core HEB stores, the pluses, and the up HEB stores.
Mm, okay.
Brand new stores that they're building.
Wow.
They're beautiful stores. I mean, the architecture. We've met some of the people who have a hand in building the stores, on down to the companies who put the glass in. You never know who you're going to run into, who you're going to meet. And so, for an example, I don't know if you know Crystal Royal at HEB. She
Yes.
invited me to Top Golf in September and wanted us to meet some people. She brought in some people that she wanted some vendors to meet. So we got to meet other vendors and builders of the stores, and we didn't know what we were in for. We had a really good time. We did some golfing and a lot of chatting and just meeting people that we wouldn't have expected to be there.
Wow. So their product, and I don't know if you have seasoning in the store too, right? But you have
No, but I can grab the bottles. We're trying. If you don't mind, I can grab them real quick.
okay. So what Dee Haviland didn't tell you is that her and her husband have a product called Herb from the Earth. It's a barbecue sauce, and they have, I think, from the first interview, they had four different flavors of the product. But we're going to take a station break right quick, and when it's set up to tell you about it, we're going to tell you what she has.
Okay.
So we're going to.
I'm back.
Oh, okay, okay. So we're going to take a station break right quick, and you get set up. We'll be right back. So we're back. We're back. And so my first interview with Dee and her husband, I think it was back in what, 2021,
Yeah,
uh,
we're barely on the shelves.
when y'all had first got on the shelves, and they were really blessed from the beginning because they were told that they would be in a smaller amount of the store. It was time to go into the stores. Tell them what happened, Dee.
Well, we were told we were going to be in, I believe it was kind of a couple different messages we had gotten from the buyer. I believe it was 100 stores, and the other email said 200. Well, when we got the sheet, um, I counted all the stores probably about 6 times. And then I emailed and I said, I'm counting 224 stores. Is this correct? And the assistant said, yes, that's correct. So we were shocked. So we started off in 224 stores, which is very
Wow.
unusual. Normally you won't get even 100 stores. But Herb is so popular with his job. He knows so many people. We can't demo without somebody running into Herb from the curb. That's why the sauce is named after him. It's so popular. And, as we told you before, Cynthia Rocha, she suggested that we change the name to Herb from the curb. It was going to be Watts barbecue sauce.
Wow. Oh,
Herb.
was it?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's catchier name, isn't it? Curve
Yeah.
from the curve. So tell us about the products that you have on the shelves right now at
Um,
HEB.
we have Herb from the curb, sweet and tangy hickory. This is the original. I have a bond with this one. This is the one that is special to me because my mom gave me these ingredients that really kind of started the whole thing. And then we have spicy mesquite, and they're gourmet, so you can marinate with them. I marinate with them. I use them all the time in the kitchen. I have some people say, "Well, I don't know when I'm going to be barbecuing, but I'm going to get this." I say, you know what? I barely touch those pits now. I don't want to be out in that heat. I'm going through the change. 17 years in, I don't want to be in the heat. So I'm in the kitchen with it. And I'll give you an example. I was going to do a meatloaf in 2022. And I thought, well, don't be afraid. Think outside the box. So I decided to try blending the hickory with the meatloaf. I was scared now because I spent $20 on that meat, and I had the stove on the oven, and I wanted to turn that oven off so bad because it was hot in here. And we keep the air low, but hot flashes. And so I almost turned that oven off, and I said, no, I'm not wasting this meat, but it was good. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, and then I also used it to make the glaze. The way my normal way of making a glaze for the meatloaf, I added the hickory, and it was good. So it
Wow.
taught me to just try it with so many different other things.
So tell us how y'all got started you went to before you got on the shelves at
We had a small little hole in the wall barbecue stand, I call it. It was a building, and then the pits were on a trailer, and then we had behind the trailer we had our big pit on wheels, and so we would sell stuffed. We would get these huge potatoes from this produce guy that we had who would stop by. And we would stuff those potatoes with brisket, chicken, sausage, whatever you wanted. Um, Cheese on top, all the toppings for a potato. And we had, because we did the ribs. In fact, Herb has, to cut over a little bit on the start, Herb has 4 pit masters that's always flying out. 3 of them have won first place on ribs with the hickory. They've won several times,
Wow.
but that was a real hit with the ribs that I would cue, and the sauce. We also did, chicken sausage. We did, oh goodness, we did the wraps, with the chicken wraps, brisket wrap, sausage wrap, or you could do a combination. We also had sides. We did a green bean casserole and a creamy corn. So that was a real good lesson for us. We were not meant to be in the barbecue business. We realized later on that that was a stepping stone for us to get to where we are now. So
Mm.
the way the good Lord, just honored us for having faith. Because I'll tell you something, we had to dissolve that place. It took away from us so much. Our kids had to decide whether they were going to do their homework, start on their homework, or eat, because someone was coming to get them to bring them to the pit. And then on
Mm.
Saturdays, they had to get up with me early in the morning and go light those pits. And then if I had to do some shopping for the company, we would have to do that. And on Sunday we had church. So a lot of times I would have the video game system there so me and the kids can play, or we'd bring the frisbee, we'd bring a football, we'd bring a baseball, we'd play catch when it got slow. So they really didn't have a life, but they learned. They were able to, like I would have a little girl write tickets. She was in only kindergarten at that time. I missed our son's entire flag football season. Behind that place. That still hurts because I was deeply involved with the kids. But that was the start. Also, I remember one day my little girl had a field trip and I couldn't go. So I remember having the lunch crowd come in, and I see these 4 buses passing by. Those were the classes. Laura, I went in that trailer, and
Oh,
yeah, that hurt. I still think about that. I can't get it back, but we're blessed, because after we closed the place years later, our Pastor Raposo, he was making announcements one Sunday morning. He said, "Sister Watts," and I look up, and he had his arms folded like someone was in his ear. He said, "God told me to tell you that your company's going to make it." On the inside, I was like, "What?" So as soon as church was over, I made a beeline over to him and his wife, and then he's down again like he's listening to someone. He says, "God also told me to tell you that the person who's going to help you is the person you least expect." That
wow,
came true. Yes, and
wow,
he's still with us. He's our angel investor.
wow, wow. So you just never know where your blessing.
Yeah. So with those, we also have 4 new flavors.
Wow.
I
So you have
submitted
8
them.
flavors now?
Yes, we have 6. Because when we
6?
started, we had 4, 2 on the shelves, and we also have 4 more just ready to go. But I submitted them to HEB a few weeks ago, and they turned every last one of them down. So that
Yeah.
hurt. But I said, you know what, Lord, we trust you. We know you go. It's on your timing. And we tell people all the time, just because you're in HEB on shelves, it's already hard to get in. But just because you're on shelves don't mean you can just simply say, "Hey, we have this. We want to sell this next. Why don't you pick it up?" Doesn't work
Wow.
like that.
Wow. Wow. So how long did it take y'all to, what did you have to do and how long did it take you to get on the show?
I'll tell you something funny. Herb has a habit of checking bag tags when he's checking folks in up at Southwest Airlines, and so he
Hmm.
comes across HEB employees all the time. Well, there's one frequent flyer who Herb says, "I'm trying to, I want to talk to Mark. We want to try and see what we can do to get in the on the shelves." And so he contacted Mark, and Mark Bradshaw had been wondering what happened to us because we had gotten accepted in 2013, but we had to dissolve because we had some issues. Excuse me. And so we got a meeting with Mark, and we took in 3 expired bottles of 3 different flavors, and he read our story. He had already known about us already, so it wasn't something brand new to him. So when we talked to him, he offered us shelf space, and we just couldn't believe it.
Wow. Wow. So your story is a lot different, people that are struggling to find a way to get on those shelves.
Yeah.
It's not an easy task.
Get
But
people all the time saying, "How'd you do it?" It's extremely hard to get an HEB. Well, we're learning that now with these other flavors, and also the buyer of spices has had this on her desk, and still can't get in yet, So we're in the Hudson News stores at the airport. They want all 12 of our SKUs because we have a line of spices called these spices, and it's just we can't. You got to have capital for this stuff. It's very, very expensive. You got to get the labels together. We already have the labels made out. Here's an example: these seasoned earthing.
wow.
But we have all these, and they're ready to go on shelves at the where whoever will take us. But we're just kind of taking it slow. We pretty much don't have a choice right now because
Wow.
that capital, that distribution will tear you up. You know,
Oh,
we've always been given the go ahead to supply the other airport stores in Texas. So we're starting off in Texas, and then someday hope to branch out all over the U.S. in the Hudson locations at the
wow.
airport.
So what does day-to-day operations look like for y'all? You've got a lot of things to manage. It seems like you
Yeah.
stores and so. What are some of the things you have to do to stay afloat, keep the message out about your product?
Instagram, Facebook, posting, um, demoing, doing demos. We love doing that, but it's tough because Herb's schedule. It's really hard on him. Like we started out in 2022, we were invited to demo for Black History Month, and they said you can pick any of the days you want that are available. And so we took every weekend of February and including the first weekend of March. And that was tough. It was a lot of fun, but after so long, we kept going. We started back in April and kept going through July, just picking up as many days as we could, and that kicked our butts. We were happy, but it was tiring. So we figured we got to manage this better, with Herb's job and all. And so once he retires, we'll have more time to demo, and we got some locations that we want to go to in Houston. We've been invited to some of their grand opening stores there and in Dallas, but it's been tough to get out there and do the traveling and all with her schedule.
Wow. But other than it being hectic, anything that has anything to do with entrepreneurship is not for the faint. So other than that, are y'all happy with your sales and um, the way people receive your product?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
No, I said that other than it being hectic, because no entrepreneurial position is not hectic. So, what are some of the upsides? Are you all, is it the product selling well? Is it well received every time you go to do demos?
It's well received. I tell you, I think our sales are fair. When you're not advertising, you're really kind of not moving products. So there's been a reason why we haven't advertised much, but I don't care to disclose that right now. We can talk privately, but we we get a lot of good results when we demo. I'm going to tell you, every time we demo, we sell out. Thanks to
Wow.
the good, thanks to the good Lord. There are times we walk into a store and we see the risers on top loaded with cases when we ordered, or someone ordered a lot, and I look up there and I say, Lord, we need you, and He comes through every time.
Wow. So that's awesome. Y'all have great, great presence, great personalities, and good product. And, you like people. And so that's important to people too. And, coupled with the great product, it's no
Yeah,
wonder selling
and
out. And
that's the good thing about it, because we learned that you can have the most terrible tasting product, but if you have a good story and you present yourself well and so on, you can do well. You can be successful. But
hmm
thank God we have a good tasting product, and we love chatting with the consumers and with the HEB staff. We just did a demo at Kitty Hawk, and I tell you, they had everything prepared. They set us up really nicely, and I'm telling you, they constantly checked on us to see if we needed anything. And the store before that, I can't remember what the name of the store, but it was out in Stone Oak. Same thing. They just, when we get the staff looking out for you, it's a really good feeling. And they're bringing other staff members over to have them try your product. It's really
hmm
good. Yeah. And sometimes they'll tell us, some of them will say, already buy it. We get people coming up, they don't want to taste it. They say, I just want to support it because it's you. Because they think a lot of times they think you work for HEB, and then when they find out you are
The
the
owner.
owner of the product, then they're not used to seeing that often. So they'll just grab the sauce.
It makes a difference. People like to meet the owners.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we
that,
learned that.
well, that's phenomenal. Y'all have great, great, great story, and I am so happy that you agreed to chat with me today.
Oh yeah. As soon as I saw your message, I said, "Oh, I got to do this."
Yeah,
Because you always, whenever we contact you, we reach out for anything, any kind of questions. You're always there, so we want to be able to, do what you need us to do as well.
right. And so I'm just so proud of you. And for anybody viewing, or if you see it, you need to support her from the curb. Raise your bottles up again. It's to see. And so those are in uh, 270 stores, I think, right now.
Something like that.
Something like that, very close to that. And so this is the part, second part, or one of the parts of the company. Herb, her husband, Herb, and that's where the curb, because he works at the airport. Y'all probably seen him. You probably
Yeah.
seen him if you've flown anywhere. What is it, Southwest Airlines?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've seen them. And so, but they're a dynamic duo. They're a force to be reckoned with. They're a very blessed couple.
Thank
And
you.
they've been together since they were two. So,
And
so
he's always telling people I could be doing a demo, and he's going off meeting people or going to grab more product. And we'll get a couple over here saying, "Are you the second grade sweetheart?" And I say, "Oh, he's been harassing you. My husband's over there harassing you. Oh, he's over there twisting your arm." So, and we get people who they want to take a picture or something like that. And we also ask some people if we could take pictures of them, but it's just exciting, Laura. Hopefully, one of these days when we're demoing, you can come over and check us out.
right. I wish I had known about Kitty Hawk. I'm not too far there.
Oh, okay. They're having something coming up soon. I need to find out. I can't remember what they said.
Yeah,
But
Broad.
they may want us to
I'm
come
near,
out.
I'm near Broadway and Kitty Hawk. Well, I'm real centrally located, like all over the place. So, so let me know so I can come by and bring my hamburger so I can put some sauce on it.
Hey, that's my favorite thing to have with this sauce. Hamburger and pizza. I'll need it in that burger patty. I'm always telling people when we're demoing, need it in the burger patty and then use it as a condiment. It's really good.
Wow, it is really good. I can testify to that.
Thank you.
Whenever my son goes in, he said he wants 2 bottles. He wants both flavors. He don't buy just one. He
Yeah.
buys both of them every time he goes in. So it's been a joy to talk to you. Happy Women's History Month. You have made history, and you're making history. Uh, you're setting the standard for other women to just look at you and use an example to show them what they can do as well.
Yeah.
So, so this has been a great conversation. And if you have any final words, you can say that now.
You kind of coming in spotty. Can you say that again? The
I
last
said,
bit?
if you have any final words, you can um, tell the audience now.
Oh, yeah. Well, one thing is we want people, we still can't believe where we are. It's still brand new. Yeah, I think the day that I'm no longer amazed in the good Lord and what He does, I'm in trouble. But we don't mind at all when people email or they contact us through inbox on social media asking us questions. How can they get in? I'm always telling people apply for Quest for Texas Best. Because even if HEB don't choose you as a winner, they like your product. You may get shelf space, you know.
Mm,
So I would say do not be afraid, so afraid that you can't go through with an idea, because when her first came to me about buying that barbecue stand, that scared the crap out of me. I didn't want nothing to do with it. And I
mm,
thought, I'm with my babies all the time. We're doing this and doing that. So I did it. I thought, I'm gonna go on and do this. My parents have had businesses, so I'm gonna try it and see what it's like. And if we hadn't done it, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So this is why I say never be so afraid that you can't keep going. Because a lot of the products we use, if those people had listened to folks saying they can't make it, nobody's gonna like this or buy this, then half of the products we wouldn't even have, to use.
Right? Everything starts with an idea,
Yeah.
just a little idea. And y'all have built, you built the foundation for your empire.
Yes, ma'am.
So
It's
keep
kind of hard to say those things, or you know, uh, I had a hard time saying that we were entrepreneurs. I still don't say it, very seldom, because I just feel like an ordinary person who just happened to make it, you know.
You are. I mean, you are an ordinary person, and you are a phenomenal person, uh,
Thank you.
and you are an entrepreneur. So when you get off today, go look in the mirror and say, "I am an entrepreneur."
Now you sound like baby girl. I was talking to my little girl before we got on, and she was like, "Mom, just repeat these affirmations." She's always
I love it. I love
helping me stuff and telling me, what to do that helps. Yeah.
that.
So
Is
you make me think about her, because I was repeating some things she was telling me. It's like I become the child and she becomes the parent sometimes. I always
Mhm.
tell people I'm still learning from my babies. They still teaching me. They still
Oh,
teaching me.
because they're exposed to things that we would never know about unless they told us about it, unless they taught us how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's super exciting to just see your growth and smile, and that
Yeah.
everything's going well with your business, and that you got products ready to go, and that they're missing out if they don't put them on the shelf.
That's true. Yeah. But I emailed the lady back. I said, "Well, can't you at least just take one?" She didn't. She didn't respond. We'll get there one of these days. We were really excited because this right here. I just got a mock label on it because I take photos when I submitted the info.
Mm,
Pineapple burger.
wow, wow,
Yes.
that
Delicious.
sounds like it tastes. So
We
remember,
also have a sugar
you
free that you wouldn't know it's sugar free. It tastes so good. Our idea was to think about folks like diabetics who can't have sugar, even though we don't have a lot of sugar in our product.
mm,
They're strict about their diet. So I said, I'm just going to taste it one time for my approval, and I'm done. When we got that bottle, we took the 4 new flavors over to my sister's house, and my niece Brandy, she made a bunch of little meatball deals and had to set up with the toothpicks, and we're all over there sampling. We tore that sugar free up
I
because
bet
it was
y'all.
delicious. Yeah,
So
you cannot
y'all
tell it's
got
sugar
a
free.
taste tester. If you need another taste tester, let me know.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I still have your spices. I have the samples. We finally got the
Oh
final
wow, you flavor.
final ones. I'm really proud of this one. This is one you had probably never heard of. Lemon pepper garlic with orange.
Hmm.
You heard of that before?
Not until now.
Yeah. It's been a secret, but it's out now. But we also have a delicious steak
Oh,
seasoning.
what's
I like to
that?
dry brine the meat. Dry brine the meat, or either marinate. I've marinated ribeye and sirloin in the hickory, uh,
Wow,
and then sear it. You can sear it or put it on the pellet grill, the smoker, or in the
mm,
oven, however you choose. Yeah.
wow. I
I'm getting
can't.
hungry.
I can't. I can't wait. I can't wait.
But I
And
got you. I got your. I haven't driven since 2023 because I've been dealing with vertigo. That
okay.
my tail, but I still got your spices. Yeah, I'd like to meet up with you at some point. I'll just
Okay.
check with you, see when we can meet up.
So that'll work. Well, thank you so much again for coming by. Tell Herb from the curb that we said hello,
I
and
will. Thank you.
we look forward to seeing you in person again sometime. And much success on all of your endeavors.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
So
you so much,
you're
and
welcome.
you as well.
Thank you. And you've been tuned into TAN TV, the African American, where we have a local feel with a global reach. And happy Women's History Month to all the women out there. You may be called. This is an impromptu type of show, so you might be getting a call tonight to be on tomorrow. Who knows? Or the
Yes.
next. We're going to be doing this for the whole month of March. So it's just the third day, and we're super excited about the lady that we have spoken to. So you may be the next one.
I
So
have
thank.
someone in mind. I'm
Okay.
gonna contact you after this. But yes, y'all, she will contact you. I got contacted last night, so be ready.
So if you ready, we'll put you on and hear your story. So thanks, Dee. I appreciate it, and see you next time.
Thank you so much. God